everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shanti and today I have another recipe video coming at you. Every Thanksgiving I make this dish called the kale casserole, and I created this dish a few years ago to bring something healthy for my family to enjoy for the holidays. This dish is loaded with all different types of greens and vegan protein, and it is super healthy and definitely will not leave you feeling guilty after you enjoy it. Let's jump straight into the video. Here's my kale casserole recipe. For ingredients, you will need 2 pounds of leafy green vegetables such as collard greens, kale, mustard greens, or spinach. To make this recipe easy, I am using a 1 pound bag of mustard green collard green blend, 10-ounce bag of kale, and a 6-ounce bag of spinach. However, I recommend using the whole bunches that you buy at the grocery store instead of the bags. That way you can clean them yourself and remove the stems completely, whereas if you use a bag, you have to go in individually and remove the stems. You will also need 1 cup of chickpeas. For a creamier texture, you can remove the chickpea skins, but that is optional. 1 cup of non-dairy milk of your choice. 1/2 cup of raw cashews. The juice of 1 lemon. 1 tablespoon Dijon mustard. A pinch of sea salt. About 1 cup of chopped mushrooms. 1 small yellow onion diced. 3 cloves of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce or liquid aminos, a tablespoon of Italian herb seasoning blend, and 1 cup of breadcrumbs or fried onions for the top. To begin, you will first need to start boiling water with a steamer basket to start steaming all of the leafy greens. Only steam it for about 4 to 5 minutes until the leaves are bright green and slightly wilted. Make sure you don't overcook the kale to where it becomes mushy. I did this in 2 batches because all of the kale and collard greens could not fit into 1 batch. Once all of the kale and collard greens are steamed, put them in a separate bowl and set them aside to let them cool down. While those are cooling down, clean out the steamer basket and excess water. I'm using the same pot that I did to steam the vegetables to now cook up the rest of the veggies. Starting with the 1 onion diced and just cooking it until it's translucent, I added in a splash of the excess steam water to make sure the onions didn't stick to the bottom. Next, adding in the garlic, then I added in the mushrooms. Next, add in the Italian herbs. Give it a good stir. Once the mushrooms are all the way cooked, you can set it aside. Now that your kale, collard greens, and spinach are cooled down, you can go ahead and begin working with those again. I transferred the leafy greens into a colander with a bowl underneath to catch all the excess liquid. And here I'm pressing out the excess liquid from the leafy greens with the back side of a wooden spoon. You want to press out as much liquid as you can so that your casserole isn't a big soupy mess. And you can actually save the excess green juice and use it as a broth or a soup stock because that has a ton of vitamins and minerals in it as well, so don't throw it away. Once you press out as much water as you can, go ahead and flip over the colander onto a cutting board. Next, you're gonna chop up the leafy greens into as tiny bits as possible. This is where you have to be really careful and take out any excess stems that you can find. This will help the overall texture of the final product, and you don't want to leave any stems in there because they'll be really crunchy and hard to bite into. This is why if you use whole leaves instead of bagged leaves, it's much easier to just take out the stems before you cook them than to go in individually and remove them one by one. But if you use bagged ones, make sure you try to remove as many stems as you can. Once you fish out any stems that you can find, chop all of the greens into tiny bits, and then you can set that aside. To make the creamy base for the casserole, you will need a high-power blender such as a Vitamix. To your blender, add 1 cup of non-dairy milk, 1 cup of chickpeas, 1/2 cup of cashews, pinch of salt, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, the juice of 1 lemon. Then cover and blend on high for at least 1 minute until you reach an extremely creamy texture. Next, go ahead and combine the mushroom and onion, steamed leafy greens, and chickpea cashew cream sauce all in 1 pan. Transfer the mixture into an 11x9 baking dish. Smooth it all around. And then finally add your breadcrumb or fried onion topping. Bake for 25 minutes at 350 degrees or until the casserole bubbles around the corners. You can also save some chickpea cashew sauce as the remaining garnish. Here you guys go, that is my Thanksgiving kale casserole recipe. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see more recipe videos, and subscribe to my channel by hitting that red button down below. Let me know what your favorite dish to make for Thanksgiving is, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!